Welcome back. Now, last month, a 40-foot container filled with vital supplies left the south side of Glasgow, bound for the Balkans. The shipment of aid was being taken by the charity Glasgow, the Caring City, to be distributed to thousands of desperate refugees who've risked their lives fleeing war-torn Syria. Well, travelling with that aid truck was Ross Galbraith, the charity's international projects leader, and James Dornan, MSP from Glasgow Cathcart. And they both join me now. Welcome both of you here to STV Glasgow. Now, tell us a bit, first of all, about what that container was for and where it was headed, Ross.
We have a situation in the Balkans where we have tens of thousands of refugees. All of them want to transit through to Germany or Sweden. But there is a backlog of people who physically can't cross through the borders every day because of quotas. So we have tens of thousands of people stuck in places like Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, and those people desperately need help, and that's when an organisation like ourselves really comes into its own and being able to provide that basic material help that people need. We can provide that.
So James, where were you this particular time then?
We were based in Novi Sad in the Vojvodina region of Serbia, but the border crossing we went to see the refugees and what they were having to go through was at Šid, and this is a border crossing that had up to that point taken about 1,000 refugees a day. The day we arrived it took 8,500. And it appears that the numbers were only going to increase. And I know that since then some of the news that's been coming out of the region has shown that the situation can only get more desperate.
You guys got back just last week, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. What, you were taking over a 40-foot container, as we said.
Yeah.
What was in that container that was so vital, was so needed?
Primarily warm clothing. Now, James and I experienced last Saturday, the conditions on an autumn's day are exceptionally cold. We were cold, both of us were cold, frozen to the bone, and we were well equipped. The refugees who were standing waiting to pass through that border crossing into Croatia were standing in very light clothing, flip-flops, jeans. They're equipped for warm weather countries, they're not equipped for winter in Europe. And essentially what we're doing is pre-loading our partners in the Balkans with the items that they're going to need for the weeks ahead. Warm clothing, blankets, and essentially hygiene kits also. People need to be able to get clean. We met young people there that hadn't washed for 2 months. That's simply not, it's simply not conducive to people staying safe. So warm clothing and hygiene kits were the primary items that were inside that container.
It is becoming, winter now. In the next couple of weeks, it'll certainly become much colder. This crisis is something that we've been aware of over the summer, but it's continuing into the winter. How prepared are they for that?